Pronouns can be a bit of a hot button topic, especially over the last decade or so. Something that I feel gets a bit lost in this conversation is that some people prefer not to use pronouns. Let's dive into the world of pronounless referral. To start, I want to acknowledge that using no pronouns is just as valid a way of referral as using any set of pronouns. Usually I don't start out like this, but within the research for this video, I came across a swath of people and articles that were, to put it simply, queerphobic. It's a common joke, I guess, to say that you don't use pronouns as a way of saying that you do actually use pronouns. They just happen to match gender presentation that you have as a cis person, she or he, and say you don't use pronouns as an insistence that it's all silly or foolish, where in reality you do use pronouns associated with your birth gender. This sentiment has cropped up a lot in the same tone as the identify as an attack helicopter jokes. This has made it difficult to find real origins for those that only wish to be referred with one's name. But let's try and dive into the information that I have been able to track down anyways. People who use no pronouns are also called null pronominal, pronounless, apronominal, unpronominal, or void pronoun. I'll most often use the terms null pronominal or pronounless in this video just for ease of understanding. This is often called a spectrum, with there being people who never use third-person pronouns, null pronominal, people who sometimes use pronouns, demi-pronominal, or even someone who only uses pronouns with certain people, proxy-pronominal. The concept of the null pronominal spectrum was coined in 2021 and modeled after other spectrums of queerness, like the sexuality spectrum. One of the most well-known and perhaps one of the oldest, at least from my research, pronounless figures is the public universal friend. The public universal friend was a genderless Quaker evangelist who was known as the Friend, the Public Universal Friend, and the PUF. The Friend lived from 1752 to 1819. More information can be found about the Friend in my recent video about the PUF, which I will link in the description and the card. Despite my search, I haven't found celebrities that identify as pronounless. If there are some null pronominal folks that I'm not talking about, please let me know down in the comments. I'd love to follow up on this video with more and better information. In the 2023 gender census, 13.2% of respondents wanted to avoid having pronouns used or asked for the individual's name to be used as a replacement of pronouns. The number of pronounless respondents to the worldwide gender census increased by 2.1% since 2022. It is more common for people over 30 to use no pronouns, 19% of those over 30, compared to those under 30, 12% of those under 30. Often, not using pronouns for someone can initially cause a lot of difficulty, being that it will cause the speaker to use the person's name a lot more. There are other ways to refer to a pronounless individual, however. This can be through using other descriptions for the individual, such as your relationship with the person, such as friend, sibling, manager. Some null pronominal folks have certain words the person is more accepting of than others. As with any other referential terms, it's always best to ask the individual what is preferred versus what brings discomfort. Despite there being an old history of null pronominal folks, the null pronoun flag was first designed in 2018 by Tumblr user Imoga Pride. This consisted of a gray stripe, a small white stripe, and a black stripe, similar in design to the bisexual flag, but much more monochromatic. It is said to be based on the apothepronominal flag, but lists no meanings as to the colors chosen. There is also an alternative flag by Tumblr user RainbowLack in 2020. Despite the user's name, this flag is much more colorful. It is said in the post to be especially for agender and neurodiverse people who feel distanced from a sense of gender and the concept of pronouns. The dark purple is for a void where pronouns often are, and the purple and gray of the non-binary flag. Lavender is for queerness. Baby blue is the average color of the trans flag. Muted green is the average color of the agender flag. Pale yellow is showing someone who doesn't have gender or pronouns is not missing anything, not hidden or empty, as well as for the combo of yellow and white on the non-binary flag. The final gray is the gray area of gender and pronouns, not inadequate. These two flags seem to be the most commonly used from my understanding. There are some flags for micro-labels within the null pronominal spectrum, such as those under the labels of demi-pronominal, phrae-pronominal, and apothepronominal. I hope this video helped in understanding those under the null pronominal umbrella just a little bit more. It definitely helped my understanding and speech a lot on its own. The resources in the description were the ones I found most helpful in my search. If you have more helpful resources that I missed, please let me know down in the comments. If you have any topics about mental health or LGBTQIA+ subjects you'd like to see covered, please let me know down in the comments as well. As always, my resources are in the description. Thanks for watching the OCD Enby. Stay safe out there.